Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Well, yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie because we're got some just bizarre weather going on here. Lately, the weather's been really wonky. So today we're under a flood watch, and it's windy out, and it's not exactly warm. It's 59 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like 15 Celsius, if I'm not mistaken. And you know, it's June. So the temperature this morning it got really warm, and then the temperatures dropped, and I had the windows open, and I fell asleep. These things do happen when you get older. I actually just decided to take a nap, but I had the window open. When I woke up, I was like, "Holy cow, it's cold!" So I just shut all the windows, but I put this hoodie on just to stay a bit warm without having to turn the heat on, which is kind of silly. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is the GX9. The GX9, which I bought used, and had it around 6 months now. It was about 6 months ago when I got this. Bought it used from, I forget, it was MPB or KEH. And, when I'm leaving the house and maybe I've got some things to do, I grabbed this. And I got a small bag. I have the 45 to 150, the 12 to 32 millimeter lens here on the camera, and I also have the 20 millimeter f1.7. And it's nice. I don't have to worry too much about leaving it in the car, except on a hot day. I prefer not to, because that's definitely not good for cameras. Although my car is sort of off-white, doesn't get really hot. The other cool thing about, and I'm sure this is a thing with most modern cars, if you have an app, I can actually turn the climate control system on 10 minutes before I get to the car, make sure it's nice and cool before I get in. So that's pretty cool. But, I can't say enough about this little camera. And it kind of makes me wish that I had not let go of my GX85s. I had actually two of those. I should have kept one. But yeah, it's been great. Image quality, 12 to 32 millimeter pancake zoom. It is a sharp little lens. I mean, it really amazes me that they were able to do that with a lens like this. But anyway, what I really want to talk about is using this camera for photojournalism. And really, there's no reason why you can't. You look a little bit silly if you put one of the bigger lenses, bigger lenses on it, but you could do that. And I just wanted to relate an account of something that happened where I actually covered two stories in one day using this camera and this lens and the 45 to 150. So I had to go into Chicago one day to photograph a kind of a defunct Catholic church. And it's been abandoned for quite some time now, and it's fallen apart. And I'm not sure what's going to be done about it, but it's in really bad shape. So the editor asked me to go get photos of it. And when I go into the city in certain areas, I'm very careful about that. You're going to hear comments, might get one in this video, but, well, Chicago's a cesspool or something ridiculousness like that. Hey, there isn't a city on the planet that doesn't have areas that you want to be careful about going into, right? But what I do is when I get an assignment like that, I go in the morning fairly early. Nobody is really up and about yet to get the photos. And I use a camera that is not super obvious. So I went and I did that assignment. And while I was doing that assignment, I get a text from the editor saying, hey, you need to go over to a particular intersection in actually between Oak Park and River Forest, Illinois, because there was an auto accident there, and one of the drivers, don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, let's just say ended things for himself. And so I hopped back in the car and bopped over there and got photos of that, both with the 12 to 32 millimeter and the 45 to 150. And so this was kind of a rather unfortunate thing, and I will link to, actually I'll link to both of those stories down in the description. The story about the auto accident says it's a developing story. The thing is that there's really no more information on this, and this is what happens in a situation like this because, you know, I don't know if it's out of respect for the families or whatever that they don't release any more information except for the name of the person involved. But really, there's really no information on what was going on with this person or why they did what they did. But, you know, it's just an unfortunate thing that happened. So I wanted to just mention that, you know, yeah, if I get an assignment, generally I'm going to take the S5 Mark II with the 20 to 200 millimeter lens, and also take, depending on the assignment, the Sigma 45 millimeter f2.8, that nice little compact 45 millimeter that Sigma has that I am filming on right now. And I also have the L-mount 85 millimeter f1.8, the Lumix 85 millimeter, which occasionally I do use. Had to shoot a stage show. Kind of needed that lens with the f1.8 aperture. Anyway, that's I thought people might be interested in hearing that. I cannot recommend this camera enough. Unfortunately, got to buy it used, and unfortunately they're not inexpensive. That brings up some thoughts about where things are going with Lumix, especially with the L10 that I recently talked about. I'm going to save that for another video. I'm going to get to that next. But if this was interesting, useful, hey, give it a thumbs up. It's a big help to me. Subscribing to the channel wouldn't hurt. Click the little bell to know when I've got new content up. I'm Todd Banner. I will see you in the next video.